Welcome, everyone. So the Aces versus the Sparks just finished, and boy, the Aces had control of this game right from the get-go. Asia Wilson started out strong and just kept going, and the Sparks just couldn't hit their shots. I mean, they made a little bit of a run to get it. I mean, it was basically within like 20 points. They got it down to like 11, I think, at one point, but they just couldn't make their shots. Like they'd go in and then just didn't have it. Like it's amazing how teams will play really good one game and then not so good the next game. And there's just a lot of inconsistency, especially with the middle of the pack teams. And you look at the standings, and there's three teams with 13 losses. There's 12, and then you have a couple with 11. There's like five or six teams that are right in that middle, that a couple games could be a really big swing for one of those teams, and or many. So anyway, the Aces get the win, 89-74. So that is a 15-point win. They were up by 20, but Vegas started out. They got that big first quarter, 31 points, 31-18 in the first, and then they just kind of cruised the rest of the way. Well, the rest of the quarters were pretty evenly. The Aces outscored LA 17-16 in the second, and then the third they outscored them by 3, and then the Sparks outscored the Aces by 2 in the fourth. But it was like, you're up by 20 and Asia Wilson's in the game at the end of the game. Like, why are you doing that? I mean, you're risking her getting injured because, she had 34 points in this game. But, the Aces this year have been the Wilson and Young show for the most part. They have been the two that are playing, that are consistently scoring. And, if you're playing them, you've got to figure out a way to keep them under their averages. Keep Asia under 20 and keep Jackie as, under 15. If you can do that, you can beat the Aces. But the Sparks just didn't have... It's funny because the Sparks are really talented and they should be better than they are. And they just... I don't know. They have a lot of height. They have athleticism. And they just can't get it done. They can't get it done. They had 20 turnovers. That's not going to get it done. And then what was their shooting percentage? Let's look here. They shot 37% from the floor, 16% from three. They just went and beat New York. And then you go up against the Aces at home and you're shooting 16% from three. I wouldn't even say it was Vegas's defense or anything. It's just they couldn't make a shot. That's too bad because the Sparks have been playing really well. They've been on a 5-game winning streak, so I guess it was they were due to lose one. But you'd think you wouldn't lose this badly. I mean, it was 24 points, 20 points, a good portion of the way. Let's see here. Yeah, team turnovers. The Aces still had 14. That's a little higher than you want, and the Sparks had 20. So they got 19 points off turnovers. There's the game. And LA only got 9 points off of the 14. So Kelsey Plum had 22 points for the Sparks. She was doing too much of the 1-on-5 stuff again. She's got to stop doing that for LA to be a better team. I understand that she wants to initiate and she wants to start, but she's standing there dribbling and doing that little hop step she does and trying to drive by people, but then she'll get herself, if she doesn't go all the way to the hoop, which sometimes it works. But you look at the rest of her team and they're all standing there watching her. And that just doesn't the last few games, she hasn't done that as much, and it's been beneficial for. And I'm not saying that that's the only thing. Kelsey Plum's a very good player, but there's things that she can improve on that would help their team. Stop trying to take it all on your shoulders. But she still had 8 assists. It's not like she was doing it all the time, but she's doing it too much. Let's put it that way. She had 4 turnovers, and those are, her forcing it in there. Instead of letting it come to her, she's forcing it. And that's when LA, I don't know. I'm not putting it on Kelsey Plum's shoulders because everybody missed too many shots. But she was 0 for 6 from 3. Alamon was 0 for 5. Raquel Jackson was 0 for 2. Stevens was 1 for 3. Ray Burrell hit 2 out of 3. Cameron Brink was 1 for 3. And Van Loo took 2. And she didn't make the 2 that she took. Let's see. They didn't play Barker. They didn't play Cannon. And they didn't play Fagan. So, I don't know what LA's schedule's like, but they're going to be tired after this one. They didn't sub anybody. The only people that got subbed was Alamon and Van Loo subbed each other out, and then Ray Burrell and Cameron Brink came in and rested Hamby Jackson played 33 minutes, so it was Hamby and Stevens got subbed out. So that's going to hurt them down. They keep doing that, just relying on your starters. So, the Aces wasn't much. The Aces shot better. They shot 46% and 28% from 3, which that's not great. They didn't hit a lot of 3. Jewel Lloyd was 2 for 7. Jackie Young was 2 for 7. Kirsten Bell was 1 for 7. Aaliyah Nye was 1 for 4. So nobody shot well from 3 in this game, but it was just that big lead that was mostly A'ja Wilson. I don't think she missed a shot in the first quarter. A'ja Wilson was just taking over the game, and they didn't have an answer for her. They should have, done a better job of not letting her get the ball. But that's hard to do. It's hard to do. So the Aces are now, I think they're 14-13, and the Sparks are 11-15, if I'm not mistaken. The one thing with the Aces, Jackie Young had a triple-double. So that was her first of her career. So that was cool. She had 11 assists, 11 rebounds, and 18 points. So Dana Evans ended up having 10 points. Let's see here. Aaliyah Nye hit a 3. Melissa Smith had 8 points, 5 rebounds. A'ja Wilson, 34 points and 10 rebounds. 4 assists, 3 turnovers, 3 steals, 3 blocks, and 4 personal fouls. Kirsten Bell had 3 points. Points in the paint were even, which you'd kind of expect. You'd expect LA to have more points in the paint. They have athletic bigs, and they just couldn't get it done. Anyway, that's it for this one. And, here in California, we're right now under a tsunami warning. I guess there was an earthquake in Russia. And we had the Coast Guard a little earlier flying up and down the coast. Let's hope we don't get a tsunami because it's supposed to hit in the dark, so we're not even going to know. But I'm not right on the ocean, which can be nice, but you also have Mother Nature to deal with. So, I'm okay where I am, but, let's hope we don't get a tsunami somewhere in the lower areas where, you don't have cliffs or mountains before, right on the ocean. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But anyway, we'll see you next time.